afternoon, Washington, Idaho. A youngster and grandparents were walking down the beach, and on this beach there were hundreds and hundreds of sand dollars. I have told this story at the Grand Officer's reception this spring. The moral of the story is that small things matter. Even though you don't think it will, do it anyway. I had hoped that the story would inspire the members, and even if only one person was inspired by my telling of this story, I consider it a success because I believe in the power of one. A few weeks ago, a friend of mine told me, you know, there's more to that story. So I began looking, performing an exhaustive research, asking Google, what I found was a different conclusion. The additional part of the story was, what if the youngster had taken a different, more systematic approach? In the new version of the story, the grandparent sees the child talking excitedly to numerous people on the beach. The more they talked, the bigger the crowd got. And the more they talked, the bigger they got. Each person in the crowd began picking up a sand dollar and returning it to the water. And it wasn't long before the beach was completely clear. The grandparent was absolutely amazed and asked one individual about the youngster. A woman said she was just told about the plight of the hundreds of sand dollars and was encouraged to help get them back in the ocean. We all began to do what the child had asked us to do, and in a short time, all the sand dollars were back in the water. Now, it could be said that the child's actions were still small, just talking to a few beachgoers on the beach, but the impact was great. The system the boy developed, asking each beachgoer to help resolve the problem for many, not just a few. This upcoming year, we plan to follow that model. This year, we were encouraged to make waves of change. You've heard the reports from the grant officers and the directors of all that was accomplished. And I applaud each grant officer, director, team leader, and team for their commitment to their task that they undertook and the accomplishment that they made. It was a privilege for me as I traveled to see their work in action. I do need to say kudos to our grant advisor. Kate, you are not one for fluff. You are a roll up your sleeves and get to work and get things done. And that you have. Helping two assemblies as worthy advisor, volunteering at Concern for Animals, and traveling around both our states in what is now Prius number 2. During our weekly meetings, you were passionate about bringing the voice and the concerns of the members, making sure their voice was heard. Kate, you have been a remarkable leader, and it's an honor. I want to say thank you to the members of the Grant Executive Committee for their work this year, and to the chair, Judy Scott. The first thing we tell new members to the GEC is that the work we do is not flashy, but the impact and the decisions made will resonate for years to come. 5 projects were tackled, which turned out to be very ambitious. Hard questions were asked. We challenged each other when trying to blend the rainbow essence and traditions with our need to stay relevant. There are so many others to thank for this year. First, to our Masonic family, the lodges and the chapters who support the assemblies, and the individual of those lodges and chapters who serve on our advisory boards and mentor our girls. You each are the foundation that help our members and assemblies grow. Thank you. There are so many of you that work behind the scenes. Thank you to our camps committee for their continued love and stewardship of our precious camps. To Amanda and her committee for this wonderful grand assembly, thank you for saying yes to taking on this huge responsibility. I hope you know how much I appreciate you. To the PR team, a total member-driven committee. Thank you for your constant, amazing content. My personal favorite was what you didn't know about Washington, Idaho right now. To Ritual, Leap, the Confidential Observer, Yearbook, and the other teams who worked so hard this year to elevate our organization, I give you a huge thank you. Our watchwords this year were bold, brave, and positive. And we will remain with those watchwords as we continue to reestablish our place in the lives of our members and our communities. As we move forward, we must look at a more systematic approach to the challenges of our organization. Being willing to invest in our organization and in our members. Clearly defining who we are and learn how to proudly tell others that we are a part of this amazing organization and what it is. Look for new and proven methods to address our needs. Recruit alumni and others with identified skills and knowledge to better enhance the knowledge and the abilities of Washington, Idaho Rainbow. Promoting Rainbow is not hard. I was asked last week, what one organization or cause would you be willing to publicly promote? I said, of course, Rainbow. But then I thought, am I doing everything I can? Think about putting a license plate holder on your car, putting a window plate in the back of your car. How often do you wear your gear to school or to other public functions? Or tell a friend or coworker about this grand assembly this weekend and other Rainbow events that you've attended. Show others that Rainbow has a purpose in your life. 3 areas and goals have been identified as priorities for this coming year: membership, marketing, and adult education. GEC subcommittees are being formed, and we need you. We need your knowledge in marketing and media, recruiting, sales, education, and training. Even if you only have limited time, there is a place for you. The sign-up sheet is on the members and supporters page. It's like that. Or come and talk to me. Our first target, membership. Every new member needs to feel appreciated, not just, well, now that you're in, bring your friends. Membership can no longer be solely on the back of our youth members. It will take work from all members, advisory board members, parents, and our Masonic family to rebuild our assemblies. Let's educate our parents as to what Rainbow is and what it's doing in the lives of their daughters, and how important Rainbow is in their life. Last night, almost $50,000 worth of scholarships were given to our Rainbow girls. We need to be proud of that, and we need to talk about that. We need to get to the point where Rainbow is no longer the first thing they abandon. Getting back to our roots and identifying how to best help struggling assemblies to rebuild, provide education and tools, and fully integrate the ritual back into our meetings. I was so impressed with all of you that did ritual competition this year. Let's give the worthy advisors and the members your support while meeting. Remember, it might not be as it always is, but new ideas and events keep things fresh. Marketing. Jurisdictional marketing options needs to be defined and used. Community-based advertising will still be important to promote assembly, but let's start marketing Rainbow throughout the jurisdiction. Let's stop hearing, oh, Rainbow? I didn't realize it was still around. But show we are here, we're going to be here tomorrow, and many, many tomorrows after that. Adult education. Adults, I'm included in this. The world today seems so much bigger and more complicated than the world we grew up in. The Rainbow members today are not the same we were. We need to better educate ourselves on how to support our members. We began this year with a training in our camps on multi-generational communication. And it was a fun and very eye-opening exercises for all age groups. So, we, baby boomers, Gen Xers, and millennials, need to expand our education on our Gen Z members and our upcoming Gen Alphas, as well as understanding and knowing Rainbow policies and procedures. Our goals this year are ambitious, but attainable. Each example I talked about here today were thoughts and comments brought to me by these members. I want Rainbow to be here for the next 100 years. They want Rainbow to be here for the next 100 years. They want to have Rainbow get upcoming Rainbow girls ready for life. Let's make it happen. We can do it. Be bold, be brave, and be positive. Thank you.